Have you gone no contact? Are you gray rocking exactly the way you should be? Is there a new person in your life? In this video, I want to talk about what happens to a narcissist when they catch wind of you moving on with your life. It's no surprise that a narcissist doesn't see you nor value you as a human being, as a person. Your property, goods and services, a lifeline even in some cases. And therefore, regardless of what happens, the narcissist feels a sense of ownership towards you, the same way that we feel about our cars, our homes, our clothes, things like that. It's a, hey, I bought that, it's mine, I own it, and it belongs to me. That's essentially what we are to a narcissist. So even being discarded by a narcissist doesn't ever completely let you off the hook. A discard simply means that a narcissist is done with you. For now, and you need to sit by the phone and wait for them to come back. And when you don't, this can cause quite a few problems. I want to stop right here and say this now. Not all narcissists do this. This is actually an odd video for me to make because I just never had experiences like I'm going to talk about in this video. I really don't believe I was stalked or am being stalked on social media by this person. I don't think he has any idea of what I do for a living, this channel, anything like that. Trust me, I'm very, very okay with it, but I just don't think he has a clue that I talk about him or anything. I don't think he has any idea about my personal life. I don't think he can be bothered. So I just want to say not all narcissists are technically created equal. I don't think all of them do this. However, I think I'm in the minority here, and I think an awful lot of them do, which is why I want to talk about this. You might listen to this video and not have this issue just like me. There are some narcissists who just roll forward with new supply. They can't be bothered with you. Be very, very happy. I sure the hell am. I don't need some loser trying to weasel his way back into my life. We're all set. Anyway, a lot of them do stalk and watch you on social media. They do try to keep tabs on you to see what you're up to. You're moving on, and you doing that in any way is a big hurt for the narcissist. You are not supposed to be happy. You're not supposed to be successful. You sure as hell are not supposed to find love. You belong to them. Regardless of whether they love you or want you or don't, you are property. You are an inanimate object that belongs to them. You are supposed to be sitting and waiting. If you'd like some help and support for a situation that you're going through with a narcissist, you can email bookachatwithjess@gmail.com to set up one-on-one chats with me. A super classy narky move is, of course, the hoover, when new information is learned about you. They hear that you're doing well at work, new relationship. Anything can trigger them to say, hey, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be doing this. This isn't supposed to be happening. I don't like this. This makes me uncomfortable. This makes me not feel so good about my ego in my fantasy world where I'm some kind of all-powerful being. I have to put a stop to this. A narcissist may hoover in an attempt to get you to leave your new partner. They may hoover in an attempt to try to get back together or just to harass you. Again, their approach can vary. Not every hoover that we receive is a I love you, I miss you, I want to get back together. Sometimes they want to stay friends, or say they do anyway. They want to keep some kind of a relationship going. Sometimes they hoover you to purely antagonize you and act like a bully. All these approaches are variables. Most narcissistic people are bothered by the fact that we don't just lay down and die after the relationship is over. Depending on how petty they want to be, that's how much they're going to interfere. Also, seeing you do well, this can prompt a narcissist to want to legitimately try again in a relationship. For example, maybe the narcissist was upset that you didn't have a lot of money or you had a shithole apartment or something like that. And now all of a sudden, let's say it's been 12 months and they hear that you have a new job, a better job, or you bought a house or you got a better apartment. You did something that elevates you in their eyes. So now all of a sudden you have more worth, more value, quote unquote, than you did before. And now here they are to hoover you with the I love you, I miss you, let's try again, because of course they want to reap this benefit and take advantage of all the new, better things that you have now. Some narcissists are upset when you move on, and others just frankly aren't. Some will try and sabotage you or get back into a relationship, and others won't. This is yet another one of those things that I think boils down to new and other sources of supply for the narcissist. Most of the time, if a narcissist has new supply or lots of other potential supply, They're really not too fussed with you or what you have going on. Don't get me wrong, they still don't want you to do particularly well. They don't feel as if you deserve happiness, love, success, but they won't go out of their way to try and ensure that you're miserable. They just kind of go, I don't like that, but it's not really worth me doing anything about because I have supply over here. So they really don't mess with you. After a relationship ends, we've been devalued, we're old supply. The narcissist doesn't want old supply. We're not shiny and new. We're not interesting or exciting anymore. A lot of the time, we can't be fooled anymore. We don't put up with the abuse. We want them to act like an adult. And for all those reasons and more, you can see now why it really wouldn't be in their best interest to return. I believe most of them only return in desperation. However, I also believe that anyone, narcissist or not, can sometimes go backwards and reach out to someone they used to know or used to date when they're feeling down and feeling bad about themselves. Personally, I believe this reaching out to exes is more of a human thing and not wanting to be lonely more so than a narc thing. I just believe that when it comes to a narcissist doing this, they don't always have good intentions. The more I look at human behavior, nobody wants to revert backwards when what is ahead of you, what you have going on, goals, dreams, aspirations, meeting new people, is inviting. When you're sad, scared, alone, miserable, you want someone. And so I see people who aren't really the least bit narky, or maybe a little bit, reaching out to their exes just to not have to be alone in tough times, or just to not have to be alone in lonely times. And this is something that isn't good. Things don't work for a reason with people. And I really hope that a lot of people can learn to sit and be uncomfortable alone. There isn't always going to be somebody there for you, nor me for that matter. There isn't always going to be someone there to hold your hand, to make you feel okay, to pat you on the head and make you feel better and solve your problems. But I suppose that's neither here nor there. So that was my tangent on all of that. But naturally, narcissists are going to feel jealous. They're going to feel like they've lost their power and they feel entitled to everything you have, and they always will. Some of them act on these things again, and some don't. The narcissist I dealt with hoovered me once, and afterwards he just kept it moving forward, and that was it. As far as I know, he has tried to forget that I exist, and once more, totally okay with me. On my end, with the exception of a few good and a few bad memories, he's pretty much been banished from my life and from my brain as much as I possibly can. So tell me how you feel about moving forward. Did the narcissist in your life care? Do they care? Are they harassing you right now? Do you think that they care if you're with somebody else? Will they be bothered by something? Were you hoovered? Everything that you want to share, do all of that down in the comments. Please subscribe if you haven't for more content on narcissism. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.